Welcome back to another episode on Merchant Villages, episode 4. Last time we left off, I was working on this old base here, this old build here that Minpa had purchased ages ago, and we moved over from the old map to his wood farm, which you can see behind me. So I've done a little bit more work on this since last time we chatted. Not too much, because if you've been watching my videos, you know me, and I'd like to hop around from project to project. But I'll show you what I've done here, and then I'll get you caught up on what I've been working on, and then we'll keep going. So over here, I added these lanterns, so now they all kind of match. So last time this row wasn't here before. So I got that all added in. I didn't do too much terraforming like I had hoped. I do, however, I did some terraforming just to make room for all these horses. So all these horses were just hanging around this area, kind of surrounding the wood farm. So I just kind of gathered them all up and stuck them over here. They're not tamed, they're all wild. So I think there's like one, yeah, you can see the saddle. There's one that's tamed, but otherwise these should be all wild horses and donkeys. So I made this little pen for them with the flowers and just kind of terraformed it out a bit just so the fences would have a nice little spot. Other than that, we did some more work over here. Got this all kind of situated and cleaned up. Minpa has actually changed how his wood farm works. Before, there's all these rows of trees that then you would chop, and CraftBook mechanics would then collect the items with range collectors. But he's modified it to just this small little condensed area up there. I'm not really sure how it works. Let's go take a peek. I should really get him on here one of these days, and he can explain his contraptions. He's so good with CraftBook and redstone, like the two combined. It's amazing what he can do. So I think this utilizes the server plugin with the redstone and CraftBook. Let's try it out. Worst case scenario, I break it, right? Not that I haven't already done that. I broke his super smelter the other day. We had to fix it. Alright, there you go. Yeah, it got picked up. Look at that. It replants. That's pretty cool. How about this one? This one do it? Mostly. Yep, look at that. Nice. The reason the flowers are here, he was hoping that we could get like a bee nest thing going here, but he said it wasn't working. So I don't know if that means it just doesn't work, or if it's because it takes so, like the spawn rates are just low. Oh, this is really cool. I haven't tried this farm yet since he redid it. I must say, it's very handy being partnered up with someone who knows farms, because I never have to worry about where I'm going to get resources for any of my builds. It's nice. Okay, one more time. This is so satisfying. There we go, okay. And I believe that's a tree feller plugin. Okay, so let's go back over here. So yeah, like I said, not too much changes. A little bit in the back area here. Just kind of cleaned it up a bit. Took out the grass, left the flowers. Oh, I added a well bucket to the well that was existing here, so I modified that a little bit. I love the way that turned out. And then I renovated in here as well. And of course we had the wandering trader, so we've got llamas now. I just kind of went and just kind of redid the barn a bit. I still have a mess. Oh, yay, I'll take that. So that's kind of what it's been over here. So this is the area so far. It's improved from what it was, and eventually I'll keep going over here and pecking away at it. The inside needs a lot of work. I did some detailing on the walls just to kind of break it up a bit, because it was so much cobble. It was way too much cobblestone. We need to kind of break that up a bit. So I added in some brick on the edges. I added in, as you can see up there, there's the little stone walls up there to give it a little bit of a detailing along the roof line. So just little things like that I added. I added a roof over here and this little sign. So there was a sign over here that said that this was Sarv's place. I'm not sure if he was the main owner of the original build or not. I know this was a group area originally, so I just decided to call it Sarv's Four Horsemen. So this is the name of this place now. So I didn't ask Minpa. I didn't even think to tell him that I named it, but it's named now. We just call it the Wood Farm, Flower Forest. Like when we talk to each other, it's like, oh yeah, I put that over by the Flower Forest. It's at the Wood Farm. Oh, okay. And then over here, it has to be cleaned up yet, but this is the flower farm that Minpa built and I decorated. So if I remember correctly, you just hit that. However, it looks like it's out of bone meal, so let's check it. Again, these lift down signs, lift up signs. If you're not familiar, again, this is a CraftBook thing, a CraftBook plugin. Alright, so these are all the storage chests to pick up the flowers. As you can see, there's quite a few here. Actually, you know what? Let me grab some of these. Do we have any of my favorites? We do have my favorites. You know, the dandelion in-game was my favorite flower until they added the cornflower. I really like the cornflower. Okay, let me grab some of those. Alright, and then we're going to need... Ooh, lilies of the valleys. I didn't have much of those. One of the things I'm going to be showing you in a little bit is I've done more on our storage room. And I now have storage for flowers. But I don't have a lot... I haven't moved over a lot of the flower storage over there yet. So I'm going to grab some over here. That way then when we pop over there, I can just plunk it into those chests. So here's all Minpa's redstone to make it work. So you see he has the CraftBook clock working. And then this must be seed overflow, I'm guessing. And then the seeds go into the composters, which then in theory make bone meal. I think that's how that works. I don't know. I don't understand this stuff very well. There's a ranged collector. Okay, that picks up the flowers. That much I know. Picks up any drops. Now, where does the bone meal go? Okay, so there's a hopper. Okay, where's that hopper go? Alright, it points this way. Okay, and then it goes to this chest. Okay, and then what? Oh, this goes up here, which goes here. This is, again, CraftBook pipes. The CraftBook pipe goes that way. So maybe if I put bone meal in that chest. I have one bone on me. What's the worst case that happens, right? I break it. And then Minpa can sigh at me again. Oops. Alright, let's see if that did it. Oh, look at that. Bone meal. And it's empty. Okay, well I found the bone meal chest! Okay, let's go back and take that other one out. Just in case I don't want to break it. He was not thrilled with me the other day when I broke his, it's gone. It went away. Oh no. Oh no, where'd it go? Oh no. I hope I didn't break it. Well, it's gotta be okay, because the composters make bone meal. Okay, maybe it went to the bone meal chest? Maybe? I don't know. Well, let's just go upstairs and find out, huh? Try switching it on again. It works! Look, did you see that? Oh, okay. I didn't break it. There you go, you got to see it work. It needs a lot more bone meal. So there we go, flower forest. Flower farm. Okay. Alright, so let's head back over to the base, and then I can show you all the updates there. I've continued to work on the tower that I was making. So I've made updates there, and then we've moved over a ton of builds. A ton of builds from our old base. Some I've built, some Minpa had purchased. I mean, I've been moving over stuff like crazy, both of us have. And we've been terraforming the island to make room for all the builds. That's been a pain in the butt too. But let's go over there and take a peek. Alright, so here we are. This is the front door of the base. Should look fairly familiar. This has not changed. This is Minpa's base that he had purchased years and years ago when he was a poor lonely sheep on the server. He'd saved up all his emeralds and purchased this house on auction, and it took all his whole balance, his whole emerald balance to purchase this place, built by the old player Sif, which is actually on the top of the roof line, so you can see it from the sky. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, lots of things, plus chest monsters. I have to clean these up, but I just wanted to get them off of the old location and here, at least temporarily. There are a couple things I still have to do with a few of these builds. We have custom map art, and I have not moved those over. I still have to get those placed. So this build here was a base that I built. I built this in survival, and then I put it up for auction. And one of the players at the time had purchased it. However, that player has not been on the server for many, many, many years, and then Minpa ended up buying that region, that area that group used to have. And this was one of the homes on that area, so I ended up getting it back, which is kind of interesting. So like I said, it's missing its custom art, but I'll give you just a quick tour. So this is the entryway. So we have a little hall closet here, and then a little book nook area where you can take a peek out to the side garden. There's supposed to be custom art here. Bathroom. Looks like my redstone got broken. Yep, there you go. Working shower, in theory. I think there's supposed to be a pressure plate there to help prevent the water, but it got lost, I think, when we moved it over, so I'll have to fix that too. Bathroom linen closet. Toilet paper. Alright, and then this is one of the bedrooms. Again, the bed is missing, and these heads were of the players who were on that region. So let's see, so this was Epic Meow Meow, and let's see, Mr. Beast, YT. So that's their heads. Bedroom closet. Let's see what else. This is the kitchen. Oh, hi, Mr. Mushroom. I've been finding these guys everywhere. Okay, another piece of artwork was supposed to be there. Refrigerator with food. Toaster. And then, again, this is another CraftBook cooker. So basically you put whatever you want to cook in the chest, and it cooks it up. So, it's a pretty handy little thing. Little office. I think they decorated this. I think I just left it as like a living room. Looks like we had a problem when we had a region, because we have a fire spread turned off typically on the protected areas, so it looks like there was a fire issue here, so I'll have to fix that too. Again, I just moved the house over. I haven't really done too much as far as repairs and like going through it with a fine-tooth comb. So we'll go up to the upstairs. We have a little hidey hole here. I like the hidey hole areas. There's a little crafting, a little enchanting area. And we continue on the stairs, and as we go up. Now we're in the top floor. Another lovely little fireplace. Little seating book nook areas. Looks like we got a little TV screen here and GameCube. So a little gaming area here. And then upstairs is like an attic storage space. So speaking of having to take care of the custom artwork, I can do that with those. Alright, back down the stairs. So the other thing that this place had was the basement area, which was down here, and I didn't keep all of it. It had more storage, which I've cleaned out. And then down here was like a couple farms. So there was a water blade down here, and then a little area for animals. But we didn't need to keep it, so when I moved the house over, we just left that behind. Alright, so that's this one. Alright, I'll leave the door open. Now this one was built by Baleen, another player on the server from years ago, who no longer plays on the server, and she built this house, and I believe it was one of those things, again, where she built it in survival, and then Minpa purchased it. So again, she is a very talented builder. So she put up all this decoration. I really like her kitchen. This is pretty cool. Kind of a modern stove over here. And then upstairs are the bedrooms. Yep, bedroom. Like another bedroom area. Alright. Back to the front. continuing on the way. Now this, I think I showed in a previous video, is a contest build that I had done a while ago, and I did win. I can't remember what I think it was fancy, or a lot of people built castles. So it was supposed to be like something like grand, maybe that was the name of the contest build. And I wanted to do something for Minpa as kind of a gift. He likes the Oriental themed things, so I figured I'd make an Oriental garden. So that's what this is. So I got this all moved over, and I did do some updating on it because when I built this, half blocks for stone didn't exist. Neither did the stone stairs and cobblestone stairs. So I added, you can see like the little hole up there. So I did a little bit of the detailing, just kind of add in, given the fact that I had new blocks to play with now. So I made a little bit of updates, but it's pretty much the same as it was when I initially built it for the contest. With the exception, of course, the mushrooms are everywhere. This is a mushroom island. And then up here, very fancy flooring with the expensive blocks. Alright, continuing on the tour of things that have been moved over from old pieces of the base, or multiple bases. I don't even know how many places Minpa owned. One of the things that he had when he was, again, early time on the server, and he's been on the server for a long, long time, he had built a big, giant castle. It was at the time, I can't remember what version of Minecraft was out, but you didn't have a lot of block options at all at the time. So it was a pretty early edition of Minecraft. And him and one other player built a huge, like, start of a castle, which had this huge tower and then another huge tower. He gave me this one when we started playing together in the game, and then I decorated the inside, or started to decorate the inside. It's not finished. So I'll just give you just a little quick tour. So there's that, and there's nothing really upstairs yet. And then downstairs, again, it's a work in progress, with some trees and things. And more areas for water eventually. So not a lot to show here currently. Alright, let's go back to where we were. One thing that you can get here on Merchant Villages, if you save up your emeralds, you can purchase like mansions and other houses that are pre-built. And in one of the mansion areas, as you can see in front of me, is the Titanic, which was downloaded off of, I'm not sure where, there's an original sign, I think, at the mansions area where you can look at the different houses and things. Obviously this isn't a house that you can purchase for the emeralds that you earn here as you play. Minpa had this by the original castle here, it's sitting in a desert. So, but now that we have this mushroom island set, because there's the converted one here, we've already switched it over to green. But this side over here is still just mycelium. But we do have the other castle tower here. So this one being Minpa's. So again, not too much done here. I think he has some decor started on the inside down here. Yes, he is flexing. Yep. So that's all we've got in here so far. And then also one of the old areas had like a wall of memory that I had started, and he started his own, and so I just moved over his wall of memory over here. It's like little things that were gifted to him by players throughout the time. Little like custom named things or little notes that were written books, that kind of thing. Another thing I had to move over was again, it was part of a contest build using the new blocks when the glazed terracotta came out. So this one here is on Minpa's tower representing the sun, and I included the little poem by SB that I included with it. And then the other one, the matching set, is over here on my tower, the moon. And then the poem says, "Tell me what is more beautiful, how the moon lets the sun shine throughout the day, or the way the sun lets the moon glimmer at night." So there's the sun and the moon. Alright, so let's head back over to where we were. We're getting so close to being completely moved over. It's great. Alright, so this looks familiar, right? Okay, so continuing on the road here. Brick Manor, I built this ages ago. Again, in survival. I built this in survival, and then Minpa purchased it. Well, he plays all the time. He's been playing on the server for a very, very, very long time. He likes to build farms, so he earns lots of emeralds. And then, what do you see? He really doesn't have anything to buy with it, so he likes to buy buildings and like abandoned regions and things. So this Brick Manor came with the little barn, this one and that one right there. I added these little guys who just showed up on the island to kind of populate the barn area. So yeah, like say the garden and that little tree area came with it too. So I built this whole thing. I suppose I could give a quick tour of this, just to kind of give you just a quick little head through. So entryway, and over here like the TV room, okay, and back hallway, bathroom. I haven't moved over the custom art. The red bedroom, this had a really cute mushroom painting above it. I have to get that replaced because that really makes the room. This goes back to that main area. And it just connects up to the hallway. This room is the dining room. Again, we're missing the custom art. I've got to get that back in here. This is that back hallway we just were. Okay. And then this door and this door both go to the kitchen. This is the kitchen. Little dining room, little kitchenette, breakfast nook area. So you have the formal dining room and you have like the breakfast area. Alright, back door. And then this is the barn that I built to go with it. Yep. Nice and big, 2 stories, hay bales up the top. Little side area if someone comes on over here with their horse. So we live on an island now, so that's probably not going to happen. Although I did have somebody ride a pig over here. I would show you the pig, but the pig didn't survive. They were, Minpa and the player were going around and having some shenanigans, and the poor pig fell off. I don't know if it was the side of the castle and got squished. Poor pig. We'll have to get another pig and dedicate it specifically to that. Honor that pig. So here's my tower. It's mostly finished. I have to add some leaves and things to it, but there you go. So it's, I don't even know how many stories that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories tall. And then down there is another build that Minpa had purchased ages ago, and it was sitting over in the old base, so I found a spot to put it. Again, I'm just trying to preserve a lot of the nicer builds that Minpa has purchased throughout his time here on the server, and just consolidate everything to one area. So the tower, let me fly a little further away. So there's a look at the tower. And a good view of the base as well. Alright, so let's go in for a landing. Oh yeah, Minpa has boats too that he's collected. So I've been working on terraforming this back area. It's slow going. So this build here was another one that was for a contest. Minpa and I did it together. The contest theme on this one was redstone. And I'd give a tour of this smart house. However, I'm having issues with my recording software and my video and sound is out of sync. So I am going to stop here. I'll do a smart house on it. So with the smart house, I think there's enough here if I go into detail that can be its own episode. So maybe some other episode I'll do a detail tour of the smart house. But in the meantime, let's head over back to the base and I'll show you what we've done then on the storage area. So let me just sneak on through here. Down the stairs and into our room. Just ignore the chest monsters as I am still working on it. So I did have to remodel every single area. So Minpa is, you can see him going over there, spectral sheep, where he is hooking everything up to an item sorter. So in order for it to have room for the redstone, I had to redo all the areas. So the chests, as you can see, it's just banks of 3 now. It's to make room for the redstone. So, and the CraftBook, because it's a CraftBook redstone combination thing. Same thing here with the tree area, the bank of 3s, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'll show you kind of what it looks like back here. This one's all hooked up to the sorter. So it's pipes, all again with the CraftBook plugin for the item sorter. These ones are not hooked up. He's got it partially, but there's no pipes yet. So I had to do a lot of remodeling for that. So that took a lot of time. No real changes in that room or the sand glass smelter room. I have yet to remodel this building yet. I don't know how I'm going to do it though. There's so much of the terracottas and the concretes. I don't know how I'm going to remodel this area in this tiny little space to accommodate all those chests. So I am not looking forward to trying to figure that out. More chest monsters. I'm in process of finishing up the wool area. The chests are gone. Now we have a sheep face. Go through the sheep mouth, and here is all the chests for the different colors of wool and carpet. As you can see, white wool, white carpet. Okay. More chest monsters. Just temporary for the custom map art. Oh yeah. So I mentioned earlier in the video that I broke his super smelter. Here's the super smelter. Not broken. So I was doing terraforming to make room for one of the builds that we're moving over here, and I accidentally see the hoppers. Get everything above the hoppers. I had accidentally turned to stone. He was not happy with me. He sighed a lot. But it's pretty cool. I mean, let's see. The first ones are, what are they? Regular furnaces, and then that middle bank is blast furnaces, and way in the back, you can't see it from here, are smokers. So let's find something to put in the super smelter so you can see it working. Okay, it's super generic, but I got cobblestone to put in there. So this is the input chest, so you just stick it in, it disappears, and if we watch, I heard a piston go off. Oh, there we go, look at that, there goes a cart. Whee! And then it should come back around, yep, there it goes. I can't see from here, but if we go down the access way, yep, there, oh, there it went again. And all the furnaces here are lit up. Yeah, I think he got tired of me breaking it. Sheep only line, do not cross. At least it doesn't say fox is not allowed. There goes the minecart again. So this is kind of the viewing platform. Oop, there it goes. Whee! So yeah. And if I had everything in here for like the blast furnace, and if I had food in here to cook up, those would be going as well. So I have no idea how this works. I mean, look at down here. This is just insane. And he says he's not good at redstone. I mean, look at all this stuff. He's got target blocks and observers and pipes for the CraftBook stuff and pistons and yeah, I have no idea. I had a hard enough time figuring out how the flippin' flower farm works. So anyway, this is his thing. We should really do a video with him to explain this stuff. Anyway, onwards. So now over here, it was unfinished. Last time I showed you folks, it's finished now. And we have a nice little cellar here, which has a little surprise in it. I will show you that in just a moment. In the meantime, this is my latest pride and joy. I still have to put signs up here that say flower and plant storage. But if we come in through these double doors, go down this little green hallway, into the little hobbit hole hallway, window. This brings us into the flower and plant storage. So, and dyes. Here's every single dye in the block, all 16 colors. And then we have some custom map art. And we have a little glassed in flower garden with every current flower represented, including the wither rose. Yeah, that's in there too. And then all the plant related things. So pots, bamboo, bone meal, lily pads, seagrass, ferns, even dead bushes. And then I think I'm going to move leaves from trees over here, and probably saplings, to that bank of chests. And then over here are the actual flowers. So red tulip, oxeye daisy, cornflower, poppy, lilac, rosebush. So yeah, all the flowers over here. Now I made this way bigger than what I thought I was going to need, so I don't know what's going to go over here yet. Future storage, I guess. And then this waterfall, I think I'm going to put in like a underground cave down here at some point, especially with the when the new update comes. I might just kind of recreate some like cave environment, but I don't know yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So that's the latest. I just worked on this last night. So let's go back to the cellar and I'll show you that little fun thing about that. So I've got my rockets at the ready. I've got my elytra on. So let's go through the cellar door, down deep into the ground, through the hallway, and rocket's gone, and boom, we're out. There you go. You can't even tell where I came out, can you? So that's a fun little quick way to get out of the storage room. Now I'm still working on terraforming the island to make room for a couple more builds. I mean, we're almost done, but we still have a few more things. As you can see, World Edit leaves things very messy and blocky. As you see, that's very obviously World Edited there. And then if you noticed, this weird gap here is again from World Edit. So that's when you have to be kind of careful when I'm moving stuff that, you know, I've got to clean it up afterwards. So that's been taking a lot of time getting everything moved over. So that is all the time I have for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I hope you didn't mind that this is kind of like a show and tell episode, but it's just with all the World Edit and moving of things, there really wasn't a lot to really show that I thought might, you know, I didn't want to bore you guys completely. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy watching. I'd appreciate it. It helps out the channel, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye!